When is the last time we saw something happen like this? I mean, how difficult is this to have happened?
It's a difficult thing, but I think it speaks to the understandable passions around this issue of gun control, Adrienne. Remember, we're a very short time from the March 27th shooting that started all this off. 6 people killed, including 3 9-year-old children. I mean, unspeakable horror. So, of course, passions are running very high about this issue. There is a big divide between Republicans and Democrats as to what should be done about school safety and on the gun issue, and those tensions have exploded in the scenes that you've just played.
Well, Tennessee's House Speaker referring to the expelled Democrats' actions on the floor as an insurrection and a mutiny. Democrats saying this was a peaceful protest and that the response from the GOP-led House was an assault on democracy. But at least one of those lawmakers who's now ousted, now out of a job, brought up white supremacy. What was their argument with race? Why was race brought into the topic at all in regards to this particular shooting in Nashville over gun control?
I didn't see the specific comment about white supremacy, but it is worth noting that of the 3 lawmakers who were up for expulsion, the 2 black lawmakers were expelled and the 1 white lawmaker was not. Now, there are clearly racial tensions, to say the very least, historically in Tennessee. That is part of this picture. People can agree or disagree with the actions that the lawmakers took, and obviously we try to be honest or try to be fair to both sides. The term insurrection, I think, is a rather specious allegation in this case, because it is an attempt to draw some sort of parallel between this and what happened on January the 6th, and I don't believe there's any meaningful parallel there.
Well, I know that in Tom's piece, we played the audio of one of those lawmakers, and he said, you know, this is white supremacy, this is an assault. But we can talk about that further. I think a lot of people want to know what it is that makes up the Tennessee House at this time, where these 2 lawmakers were actually expelled, and then what are the chances that they could be reappointed?
The chances of them being reappointed are quite high. The Nashville Metro Council has at least suggested in one instance that it will renominate the person who was just expelled. In addition to that, there are special elections when someone's expelled, but the expelled person can run again. Clearly, these 3 lawmakers have all become national figures almost overnight. As I say, only 2 of them expelled, but those 2 can run for re-election, and I would imagine they would draw quite a lot of support, even as others disagree with their position.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. You say national figures, and immediately I think about those who are young, who have a loud voice, never mind the fact that they used megaphones, some probably calling attention or comparisons to AOC at this time because they're defying some of what they are seeing in their own communities and within their house, their state house. Thank you so much, Niall, for being with us. And a good Friday to you, sir, or just a good day. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.